So recently, there's been a lot of talk and debate in the Amazon KDP community about publishing AI books. I've gotten hate comments from people saying that my books are replacing real authors. I've also seen breakdowns from other YouTubers talking about how their accounts have almost been banned and how they're facing some kind of complications with KDP. But I've also seen the massive opportunity that AI brings to the Amazon KDP space. Today, I'll be breaking down exactly what you need to know before you start publishing AI books. And if you've already been publishing AI books to Amazon KDP, what the risks are, how to publish safely, and how to make as much money as possible in the AI gold rush. So without further ado, let's get right into it. All right, so guys, the first thing we're going to look over to see if Amazon actually has any problems with AI books, we're going to just look over the KDP Content Guidelines. So we'll just scroll down to the artificial intelligence section, and we'll just read through it real quick. Okay, this is what KDP says about AI books. We require you to inform us of AI-generated content, text, images, or translations when you publish a new book or make edits to and republish an existing book through KDP. AI-generated images include cover and interior images and artwork. You are not required to disclose AI-assisted content. We distinguish between AI-generated and AI-assisted content as follows. AI-generated. So basically what they mean by AI-generated is if the AI made it for you. So what this basically means is if you used an AI-based tool to create the actual content, whether text, images, or translations, it is considered AI generated. So if you use a tool to actually do the work for you, it's considered AI generated. If it's AI assisted, you don't really have to report it. If you created the content yourself and used AI-based tools to edit, refine, error check, or otherwise improve that content, whether text or images, then it is considered AI assisted and not AI generated. Similarly, if you use an AI-based tool to brainstorm and generate ideas, but ultimately created the text or images yourself, this is also considered AI assisted and not AI generated. It is not necessary to inform us of the use of such tools or process. So if you use AI in the ideation process or use it to improve your already human made work, it's considered AI assisted and you don't have to report it. However, for AI generated artwork or text, you do have to report it. So basically AI generated material, basically if you went to LitPal AI and used the coloring book generator and generated a coloring book uploaded to Amazon KDP, that would be considered AI generated and you'd have to report that. But as you guys can see, KDP has no guidelines explicitly saying that they'll ban your account for using AI content. They're not going to say if you write an AI book and you publish it and it has a generated material, they're not going to block your book. They're not going to give it less sales. They're not going to penalize you at all. They just want you to inform them that it has AI generated material. They're not looking to penalize you for using AI. In fact, Amazon is actually incentivized to let its users use AI. And the reason Amazon is incentivized to let us use AI is because it just greatly increases the efficiency at which people can create book content. So let's just take a look at a couple books on Amazon. We'll just look at the coloring book for adults niche since that's pretty easy. As you guys can pretty easily see, a lot of these coloring books are just super simple. Some of them are obviously better than others, and a lot of these have been generated by AI. And the reason Amazon is incentivized to let its users use AI is because Amazon's only goal is just to sell more books. After all, it's a business. And if users can create more books faster using AI, of course Amazon is going to allow it. If we just take a look at this listing right here, I just pulled up this book. I bet you that this book is made with AI. Look at the images, just very simple. 100% could have been generated with AI. If we look at the cover art, this is most likely generated with AI as well. Very, very simple images. Obviously, technically, I don't know the author. Could have been illustrated. You just don't know. If we look at the description of this book, it's very likely this was written with ChatGPT. If we take a look at all the emojis they're using, ChatGPT loves to use emojis. I don't know if you guys picked up on that. Look, there's even the dashes here. ChatGPT loves to use dashes in its writing. So as you can see, this was most likely generated with AI. And even though this could have been written with a human, think of how much more efficient it is to use AI over writing out this description yourself. AI did a great job here. Explains what's in the book, puts in fun little emojis, formats it nicely, chooses where to put the bold text and where to put the normal text. It just looks nice. And just to prove to you guys that AI books do sell, this book bestseller rank is 2060. Now, guys, that is incredibly low for books on Amazon. As you can see, it's ranking number 8 in art and therapy and relaxation, number 49 in children's coloring books, number 93 in children's Halloween books. It's doing great. It's really selling a lot. As you guys can see, it's also independently published, which means it was published through KDP. So this book, with only 7 reviews generated using AI, is selling incredibly well. If you guys don't know already, by the way, BSR means bestsellers rank. The lower the number, the more it's selling. So if it was the number 1 one book on Amazon, it would be selling the most. If it was number 1,000,000, it wouldn't really be selling that much. But this one is number 2060, which means it's selling a lot, because remember, there are millions of books on Amazon KDP. So yeah, this is just, it's doing very well, and it's an AI generated book, most likely, of course. But I would literally put $1,000 that this is AI generated. Like, just look at the cover art. Even though it's pretty apparent these were all generated with AI, they're doing pretty well. And the art does look very good. You can tell that the author put a lot of work into this. Now, to answer the question of like whether or not AI is replacing like regular authors and people who help design books, which is a concern I've seen a lot of you guys have had recently. The truth is that AI is going to replace everything. So you can either resist it, or you can kind of just go with the flow and like use it to improve yourself, use it to improve your own business. Think of it like, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with this, but like a riptide, like in the ocean. If you ever go to the beach and you see like the currents, they're like kind of pulling you out. You're not supposed to swim against the tide. You're supposed to swim with it. If you just resist, you're just going to burn yourself out. You're going to lose all your energy. You're not going to make it. But if you go with it, if you go with the water, you just kind of go with the flow, you'll escape and you'll be fine. And also, AI has the ability to improve our work a ton. I've sold thousands of dollars worth of AI books on Amazon KDP. You can see my royalties in the background. This does work. All these YouTubers who are kind of like fear mongering, like saying, oh, if you use AI to make the books, then you're going to get banned and KDP is going to get mad at you. That's not true. If you make high quality books with AI, you won't get banned. You won't face any problems with AI with KDP. The problem is, the problems only come when your books give a bad customer experience, and we're going to go over that right now. So in KDP's guidelines, they have a thing right here called poor customer experience. I'm going to read over this so you guys can just follow along. Books for sale on Amazon should provide a positive customer experience. We do not allow descriptive content meant to mislead customers or that doesn't accurately represent the content of the book. We also do not allow content that's typically disappointing to customers, including the examples provided in the guide to Kindle content quality. We reserve the right to change the categories of the book at any time to ensure a positive customer experience. So basically what this means is that Amazon doesn't want you to mislead customers in your product listing. So if you say are selling a coloring book, they don't want you to list it as a word search book. They want you to list it as it is. They also don't want you to, in the listing, say, let's say you have a word search activity book, okay? And let's say that your book has 100 pages of word search, but on the listing you write, oh, it has 250. That is against Amazon's guidelines because they don't want you to like mislead the customer, basically. Another thing is a lot of books, I've never had a book blocked. All my books have always gone through. I've never had a single problem with KDP. KDP has always worked with me. I've never had a single problem. I have heard from some people on like online forums, people who are less experienced in graphic design, less experienced in publishing, that their books might get blocked if the book just isn't high quality. So I've heard people who have tried publishing KDP coloring books, but they use like an AI tool. Let's say they use ChatGPT and the images don't come out very well and they still list it. Like, let's say there's lots of gray space, lots of errors. In fact, let me pull up an example. Okay, I found a bad example of a coloring book. So this would be, in my opinion, like not a very well made coloring book. So if we look right here, look at the images. These coloring pages just are not high quality at all. They're very not good. There's a lot of black space, a lot of gray space. They're not going to provide a very good customer experience because remember, when you're selling a coloring book, you only want two colors. You don't want gray. You only want black and white, so it's easy for the person to color. If you publish a coloring book and it has all this gray space, all these shadows, people aren't going to want to buy it. Because imagine you're coloring a coloring page and then you have a marker or like a crayon or something, and you're kind of like coloring over the gray spots. It's not going to be as fun because then it's going to like tint your ink. It's just not going to be a good customer experience. What you want when you create coloring pages is you want to use like a good tool like LitPal. That has it like pre-programmed that it will only generate black and white. It won't have this gray space. It won't have this like distorted lines or anything. Obviously, no AI tool is perfect. Every AI tool has flaws. Every single tool will have like mistakes that it makes sometimes, hallucinations, things like this. But generally, you want to use better, higher quality tools to create the books. So this would be an example of a poorly made coloring book. As you can see, the cover is not very good. It's very complicated. The text isn't really looking that great. It's kind of hard to read, so I imagine this book is barely selling at all. Let's see. Yeah, like I predicted, bestsellers rank 2.5 million. So this book practically never sells. In fact, I don't even know if this is self-published. It says publisher dependable. Oh, that might be because it's Kindle. I really hope this person didn't spend money printing their book. I really hope this is print on demand because they wasted their money, because this is a really terrible coloring book and they're making no money. Anyways, guys, let's go ahead and look at what a high quality coloring book looks like. So again, we're just going to go back to this author. Let's look at their relaxation coloring book. This is high quality. This is good. Very, very clear lines, black and white, easy to see, easy to color in, very well made. This one, again, obviously I can't confirm or deny like whether it's AI generated or not. This could have been illustrated. This could be clip art. I don't know. But here, yeah, again, black and white, no gray spots, nothing like that. It's high quality. It's good. It's going to sell. So yeah, that's just another thing. If your book doesn't provide a good customer experience, not only is it not going to sell, there's a small chance that it might run into issues with Amazon. So when you're creating books with AI, make sure you use the right tools. Make sure that you put like effort into actually creating the book. Don't just go into DeepSeek and like let it write out the whole book for you. Actually go in, edit it, because no AI tool is perfect. Even LitPal isn't perfect. There's errors sometimes. That's just the reality of using AI tools. No AI tool is ever perfect. But this shouldn't discourage you from creating AI books. It's the fastest, most efficient way to create books. So I'm just going to give you guys a quick little demo on how to use LitPal.ai to quickly and pretty easily create coloring books with AI and other types of books. So once you have some credits for LitPal, you're just going to head over to the dashboard. And then from inside the dashboard, we're going to go over to the coloring book generator. And then for my title, I'm just going to say relaxation coloring book. And then I'll just put it in my prompt. And then I'll just say my prompt, relaxing things, cute objects, relaxing objects, coloring pages to chill and relax. Very, very basic prompt. As you guys can see, it didn't take me that long to write it. I just said what I wanted, and yeah, we'll just go from there. And then for the number of pages, I'm going to press 40 pages. Cool. And then for content visibility, I'm going to turn this onto private, and then I'll just press generate coloring book. And then in just a few minutes, as you guys can see, our coloring book has been generated. I'll just press view. And then as you guys can see, the coloring pages are very high quality, just black and white, no gray space, really good looking pages. I could see this looking very good in a relaxing coloring book. Lots of interesting, fun scenes. And yeah, overall, it's just looking really, really great. The lines look good. Some nature scenes in here. Just it adheres very well to the prompt that I gave it. I just asked for a relaxation coloring book. And obviously you can go more specific if you want a more specific theme. Of course, the longer your prompt is, the more context you give the AI to work with. But from this, I just gave it a super simple prompt and it gave me something very well made. If I tried to hire an illustrator to make this book, it could cost me $400, $500 to make this book. So yeah, looking pretty good. If you want to check out LitPal, it is the top link in the description, litpal.ai. Also, if you guys want to use some free templates I've made for you guys that you guys can use to create AI books, I have all these free Canva templates completely free for you guys to use. It's also linked below. So guys, that's going to wrap it up for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this one. I hope this cleared up some things and some misconceptions a lot of people have about publishing AI books to Amazon KDP. I have never personally had a single problem with any of my AI books on Amazon KDP. Amazon's never tried to suspend my account or anything like that. I've never had any trouble with them. The key to making money on KDP and making sure your account stays safe is just create the highest quality books possible, use the right tools, and then obviously market your books correctly. If you guys want to check out some of my other videos where I go over other LitPal.ai features, I have lots of videos linked on my channel. Again, if you want to check out LitPal.ai, it's the top link in the description. And as always, guys, stay publishing.